But we're less than a week from our first NFL Sunday, and Jared Goff, Matthew Stafford, both facing off against their former teams. And it's a rematch from a thriller in the playoffs from last season. The Lions beat the Rams by 1 point to win their first playoff game since 1991. Jared Goff completed 81% of his passes, the highest rate in Lions playoff history. Then there was Matthew Stafford. He returns to Detroit for just the second time since the Lions traded into LA back in 2021. The first coming in last year's playoffs, as I just mentioned. Stafford is Detroit's all-time leading passer with over 45,000 yards. The Lions held a 17-point lead in the NFC Championship game, but ultimately they fell to the Niners. Detroit enters this season tied for the third shortest odds to win its first Super Bowl in franchise history. Speaking of, here's Dan Campbell. It's new on SportsCenter.
Well, it's funny because I just told the team let's not talk about it anymore. Yeah. Well, no, and it's just this. Of course we do. Who doesn't, right? And yes, we do. But now we're to the point now where that doesn't even matter anymore. Like, what does that do? It does nothing. Now it's about the steps to get to there. And the steps are you better win your division because you get a home game. So that's so far down the road now. So now it's about setting yourself up for that. And how do you do that? Well, it's like we said, it starts with game one, NFC opponent, really good opponent.
All right, so Dan Campbell doesn't want to get ahead of it, but we will here on SportsCenter as we're back with Sam Acho. And obviously we just heard from the head coach. And the simple question is, what is it going to take for the Detroit Lions to get over the hump? They made it all the way to the NFC Championship game last year. What do you think, Sam?
It's going to take big-time players making big-time plays in big-time games. That's what we saw from San Francisco in the second half of that NFC Championship, and we didn't see from Detroit in the second half. There are a few crucial drops in that second half that were costly to this team. You see one of them right there. And, of course, Amon-Ra St. Brown is one of the most reliable receivers in the league, but plays that he usually makes didn't make. Josh Reynolds had a couple drops in that game as well. Where on the other side, you saw San Francisco making plays that were huge, big-time plays. Mind you, this Lions team was up big at halftime. And then when the second half came, their big-time players didn't make big-time plays. And so big-time players must make big-time plays in crucial moments.
You can see it on your screen there, but Detroit is the only team to play every season of the Super Bowl era and never actually make the Super Bowl. So they need those big players to make those big plays this year if they want to actually get there. Let's stay in the NFC. The Packers and Eagles are going to play Friday in Brazil. Sam, what are you looking for in that one?
I'm looking for a resurgence on the defensive side of the ball. Vic Fangio is now the defensive coordinator in Philly. He was with the Dolphins last few years, but also with the Bears. When he was with the Bears, they were the #1 defense. I see this defense having a big-time resurgence. Obviously, Jordan Davis on the inside. They got Devin White, a speedy linebacker. They also have Quinyon Mitchell, who they expect to play the whole game, first-round pick out of Toledo. I see Vic Fangio taking this defense from a very subpar defense to a defense that really disguises the looks for Jordan Love and brings pressure, simulated pressure, meaning they're going to show they're going to blitz one way and bring another. I see that happening in this game.
Someone very familiar with Vic Fangio's offense would be one Sam Acho. Also, the 2020 draft, remember, saw Jordan Love go at the end of the first round, make everyone in Green Bay mad, and then Jalen Hurts go in the second round and take the Eagles to a Super Bowl. What a time, and then they play on Friday night. Thank you, Sam. We appreciate it. Talk to you later, buddy.